Alright guys, and welcome back for a new review. Today I'm going to go take a look back at a reproduction of the original action figure, the 1964 G.I. Joe Action Soldier. So this is a collectible that came out, I think just right at the turn of the century. And it's known as the Masterpiece Collection. You can pick these up on eBay and the like. And what it is, it's just as stated, it's a reproduction of the original 1964 G.I. Joe. So I'm going to give you guys a closer look at this. Also comes with a pretty cool book. Alright, so open up the box, and here's the book. Really nice. It's a hardbound book with a slip cover on it, and it's got some really interesting history about G.I. Joe. So obviously I'm not going to read this book to you, but you know, I will flip through it really quick because there's some interesting stuff. Really cool pictures. There's also pre-production. Just a really neat book to have in your collection if you're into G.I. Joe. Even schematics on how the figure is made. That was the original mold. Be kind of cool if they made that with that head sculpt there, the handcrafted G.I. Joe. That would be an awesome collectible. Hey, kind of just noticed the hands. I don't know why they changed them. Those look like they were better than what they came out with. We'll get to that in a moment. But yeah, that's the book. Really cool. And then the figure himself comes in a little window box. You take the window off, get a better look at the figure in package. So the figure is the very basic, just the basic uniform and boots and a hat. No weapons. Does have the manual and some rank insignia stuff. So I'll get them out of the package and give you guys a full breakdown. Alright, so here we're back with the figure out of package. Really nice presentation here. Just gonna zoom in, give you a good look at the head sculpt we'll start with. So with this set, you know, they made the Action Soldier, which that's what this is. The Action Marine, Sailor, and Pilot. So you could get any of those, and they did come in different hair colors: blonde, black hair, red hair, and brown hair, which this one is. And this is the very basic green shirt. Again, this is a reproduction of the original 1964, so no pockets. Does have his dog tag. It's real metal, and he does have the buttons. And into the combat pants and brown boots, which would later become the black boots as the line progressed. What we also got is the hat. It's just a canvas hat. It's actually hard plastic, meant to look like canvas. And then the again, the manual with the stickers. Leave all this stuff in package. Just gives you some basic information on accessories and how you would fold and set up their gear. Alright, we'll just go over the basic articulation for the figure. So the head could look left and right, up and down quite a bit. Pretty good. Shoulders on a ball, so it can go forward, back, out. Had a upper bicep rotation. An elbow which could bend beyond 90 degrees. wrist swivel and pivot. On the waist it had a ball joint, so it could go side to side, back and forward. The waist has a double ball joint, not really a double, it's just a ball between the hip and the leg itself, so with that it would allow it to go forward, out. It could also twist as well. Knee got a 90-degree bend, and the ankle would swivel and go up and down. So really good articulation. I believe it was 21 points of articulation for the first action figure, which is excellent even till today's standards. Okay, and so here's where the inspiration for G.I. Joe came. You could see that from the design. So one of the creators had seen one of these artist models in a window, and that's where he came up with his idea for his movable action figure. And you could pretty much look at the design of this simple yet effective mannequin and see where G.I. Joe, how he came to life. The same type of ball joint at the hip, the same really almost identical articulation as the mannequin, you know, with some improvements in design, of course, because it's not just a stiff mannequin, it's more lifelike, but almost point for point the exact same articulation points all the way down. Okay, and this is how you'd receive your G.I. Joe in 1964 in this what would become known eventually as the coffin box. So G.I. Joe Action Soldier, America's Movable Fighting Man, and there would be the cross cell. So if you got your basic action figures, you really wanted your extra accessories to kind of bring the fun to life, I guess you would say. So just kind of showing you other stuff you could get. So it was really cool presentation. Alright, so I thought it would be fun to just take a look at the evolution of G.I. Joe through 4 decades, from 1960s to the 70s, the 80s, and into the 90s. Of course, most of you are probably familiar with the figures that are currently out, or pretty much the lack thereof of G.I. Joe on the toy shelves these days. But the evolution of G.I. Joe through the past 40, 50 years has been a trademark for the boys' toy market. It's interesting to see the way he evolved through the years. Currently seem to forget how to adapt to modern times, starting in the war era of Vietnam, having the tide of the nation change to getting away from that into adventure, and then by the 1980s, creation of the Real Action Hero line, the basic grunt soldier and all individual Joes, and then from that getting back to their roots of the 12-inch figures in the 90s with the creation of the G.I. Joe Hall of Fame, and then they proceeded on into the classic collection, and then a little bit further beyond that and kind of fizzled out. But that's it, guys. That's been a look at the 1964 reproduction G.I. Joe from the Masterpiece Collection. Hope you enjoyed taking a look at this figure, and as always, thanks for watching.